Okay, this woman is the reason why a lot of liberals don't want to support black folk no more. Because black people can do black people bad. The sad reality is that many of our black leaders, I was looking at this show a long time ago that talked about this lady that used to fight hard for black folk in the 60s and how she died in the 90s. And she laid on her couch for like 15 years. Her sister wrapped up her body and put lime in the newspaper and continued to collect her check. And the community that she fought for pretty much forgot about her. Nobody even went to see about her. This lady that you're looking at right here is a white woman. You may remember a story that broke out about the football player Brett Favre and how he was involved in a trifling ordeal in the state of Mississippi. Well, that situation was part of a much larger scandal. $77 million and another $14 million, making it almost $100 million, was issued out to Mississippi, as it was many states, for programs for the poor. Food stamps, housing, assistance for whoever needed it. And if you get cash assistance from the government, it's like $242. Nobody is going to be taking trips to Dubai with a $242, what they call it, emergency for needy families check, TANF, TANF, temporary assistance for needy families, $250. Give me a break. That's your light bill and cell phone bill, basically. I mean, that's it. Okay, so the state of Mississippi took the money, shoved it in their pockets. The city of Jackson is going through a water crisis like many American cities, most notably Flint, Michigan. But it's not just Jackson and it's not just Flint. Often what the news media will do is mention a problem so that everybody will focus the issue within that area. It's a nationwide problem. New Orleans, for example, has brain-eating parasites in their water supply. Their piping system was built in the 19 teens, like 1917. That shit is like 107 years old. So in many cities, you fill your glass with a cup of water. You're drinking water that is going through pipes that were down there before the First World War. I kid you not, all right? But she revealed the welfare scandal in Mississippi, and basically in cities that needed water fixed, they built water parks for white people mainly, to splash around in. And you would sit up on a slide at a water park and have all type of fun while looking at black people make baby bottles out of water filled with lead, worms, and some everything else. You know, it is the most brutal form of just flagrant racism. I would say, honestly, that many parts of the black population of America are kind of like Palestine. Well, basically, you may have noticed that there's a dude who just got out of jail, Julian Assange. And I've said something. I should have started this off in the video. Freedom of press is the only job protected by the Constitution. It's part of freedom of speech. Think about it. Freedom of speech, freedom of press. The only person who's been politically arrested and made to sit in jail is a news reporter. For a right that's really a constitutional right. Investigative news reporting, the government hates it. They control pretty much all the news media. So this woman is now being harassed, and and even after they found out about the money in Mississippi, nobody got arrested. The Democrats didn't just yell and scream. They didn't file any lawsuits against the Republican Party. They really didn't make a big deal of it because they were in on it. There's no way you could have cities that need funding and you're blatantly looking at a water park being built. The University of Southern Mississippi built a big soccer stadium. Mississippi is not no soccer state. America is not a soccer country. That soccer stadium is just sitting up there. That was a big old, like $20-something million pork barrel project. Basically, a bunch of people got paid a shitload of money, and they built a stadium that they probably spent a few $1 million on. The rest of it got shoved down a bunch of people's pockets, you know? And Mississippi is a Christian, cast itself as a pro-life Christian state and does nothing but neglect people, impoverish people, and does Christian things like build water parks and soccer stadiums in states where people don't even play soccer while poor people starve and go without basic needs, dirt roads, lack of sanitation. They treat other people the way Jesus would want them to. And when this news reporter exposed, how corrupt the state was, you can pretty much say that Phil, the ex-governor, she blew him up and exposed all type of stuff. Now, it's not that they could arrest her, but the way that they're going to try to do, they're going to try to Julian Assange her. And what they're going to try to do is make her give up the witnesses that gave her the information about what was going on with the money. And see, what they can do is force her to reveal people, and then they can begin the process of harassing those people and going after those people's finances and going after their money. This is classical third world banana republic behavior. And whenever we do this thing where we demonize the news medias of other countries, it's so beyond hypocritical. It's just beyond hypocritical in ways that it's hard to even put words to it. It's abject hypocrisy at its highest level, because this is straight banana republic. Basically, either she has to go to jail or she has to give up the people, and they're going to be pissed. And then you're going to have basically they may attempt to Julia Assange all of them. And see, these are the type of white folk that I'm going to honestly say black people need to get behind them, because the poor people, Mississippi is nearly half black. And they revealed that of 534,000 black, mainly black Mississippians living in poverty, there are 1,400 who receive full benefits from the government. 1,400 out of over 530,000 people. That's the level of negligence. And when she exposed that, basically, if the government didn't go after Mississippi officials, they pretty much gave them that money to squander. They gave them that money to squander. And the only person who anybody is going after is the person that revealed it. So find this woman. I'll put her name up there and give her your support. I found her Twitter, but she hasn't tweeted anything since March. She's probably somewhere very upset. And somebody needs to find out where she is and give her, economic and just mental and emotional support, because I imagine that she's going through it. Anyways, thanks for listening. I'm out.